and relax. I think we need some R&R, don't you? Let's do it. Rehouse review. Let's go. Right guys, so as I mentioned, in this video I'm going to be doing a rehouse of my Carbena Versicolour. I've got various substrates here, which I don't know what I'm going to use for this one yet. But I think I've got Tropical Forest Floor one, which we'll see if that's any good. I've got a spider bedding, whatever that is, from Habistat, and I've got Spider Life. I will be getting some more, so we'll pick one of these and then we'll review it. But first, let's get the Carbena ready. Right guys, so as mentioned, this is my Carbena Versicolour. There she is. If you can see just around here, there's a molt which is probably a week to 10 days old. So when she's fully stretched, she looks tiny in there now at the moment, but when she's fully stretched, she's probably about that big, which is over half the enclosure. This probably would be okay for one more molt, but I want to give her something that's a bit more roomy, so I'm going to transfer her from the flarp to plarp, fearsome jipper. Alright guys, so here we are with the two enclosures. As you see, with no catch cup available, well, there is one available if I need it. I'm not completely stupid, but with this one being a front face one, I'm thinking it might be harder to get the tea just to walk. It's not like I can come out the top and walk in. I do love this enclosure as well. I'm gutted that I'm going to be stopping using it, but I do feel it's time for this little monster to move from one to another. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we don't have another Escapee Joe. If you don't know who Escapee Joe is, check out my earlier videos with my Carbena Versicolour that I used to have. Fortunately passed away. Absolute nightmare. And you will often see me modelling a t-shirt of Escapee Joe purely because it was one of my favourite tarantulas in my collection ever. But let's get on with the rehouse, shall we? Right, so I'm not sure how good the angle is for you guys, but this is a bit of hate. Sorry, little Versi. Destroying your house. I'm evil. I'm a home wrecker. Brilliant. I don't know if you can see it in there. As I said, she is very, very, I'm saying she, I'm hoping it's a she. She's very, very crunched up at the moment, but see if we can get her to move without her absolutely bolting everywhere. It doesn't look bitey, so that's a good sign. Let's see if we can use the bigger ones. Come on. Oh. If we can just get her to walk out. Come on girl. Out. Oh no. I don't really mind too much if you just come out. There you go. You can walk around if you want. Good thing is she seems to be moving quite slowly. I'll bring it around so you can see. Try and get the flash on a bit so you can see the colours. Here we go. Come on, freehand, so it might be a little shaky, but this little one is absolutely stunning. See if we can just spin it around. Hello. Please, please, just walk in, please. You want to go in here? Look at that. This has to be one of the best looking tarantulas in the history of tarantulas. Anyone who doesn't have one of these, I know a lot of people don't like to keep them because they can be a bit of a nightmare to try and keep. Let's see if she just wanders in. You gonna wander in, please? No, I'm not gonna wander anywhere. I'm gonna do wavy hands. Hey, wavy hands. How are you doing, wavy hands? Right, so let's stop messing around. Let's see if we can just get her to possibly just go. Nope, go. Oh, I realised I'm not actually watching anything. It's a bit of a nightmare because I've got to try and do this. Oh, and there she's going. Is she going to go in? Is she going to go in? Kind of. Seriously, what a species. Whoa. Now this is what Escapee Joe used to do, please. No, please. In, please. Nope, and Escapee Joe number 2. Right. Intriguing. Right, so where are you going? Because I would like you to go into your house, please. Oh, you're going on your old house? You love your old house. Right. You are amazing. But you have to go in your own house. You have a new house now. Don't you? Oh, you go back in your old house. You don't want to move, do you? I feel sad. I feel sad, but you have to. We need you to come back. I want you back for good. Come on. Right. Now this is where I say I don't want to be stressing spiders out. But while it's in that enclosure, I can't even get a catch cup in to get it. So I'm going to have to put the tripod down. So let's try this again, shall we? See if we can go. Come on, girl. Go down. And in. Do you know what? I should have just done that first time, shouldn't I? And she's going to go in. Hopefully make herself at home. But just luck. Absolutely amazing. And thank you for, in the end, helping me out. And no catch cup for the Varsi. Whether it will be the same for the next one, we do not know. Right guys, so hopefully you enjoyed that Rehouse. And now I'll do the review part of it. But first, I don't want to rename this one Escapee Joe. Now, it did escape. It wasn't anywhere near as bad as Escapee Joe. Escapee Joe would have been on my roof in seconds. But that was a good thing about it. Molting within the past, like 2 weeks. It was a little bit sluggish, which helps us. But what's a spider? It might just be the spider's temperament, to be fair. I'm not sure. But I need your help naming this one. But I do want Escapee in the title just because it entertains me more than anything. But maybe Escapee Ernesto or Escapee Versiface, or I don't know. It's just his names, just make them up. Anyway, let's get on to the review of this, which is, I forgot what it's called. It's called, right, so this is Habistat Substrates. It's advanced reptile bedding, spider bedding. And if you can see the picture, that's what it looks like in the bag. It's got loads of little bits in it, which help keep the moisture in. And does it say anything else? No. Bag's recyclable, always good, biodegradable, 100% paper bag. As for bag of dirt, one, I'd have preferred if it came like this, where it just had a little tie at the top, because it could have gone all over that bag, and with all the folds in that bag, it could have been a nightmare to get some of it out. However, getting on to the actual substrate, bedding, whatever they want to call it, very impressed. As it showed on the picture, you can see in there like all the different little colours and stuff. I've sprayed some water onto this before I put the tarantula in the enclosure, and it did seem to just soak it straight up and hold it in. So that is, I can't really review it against anything else except for cocoa fibre. So compared to cocoa fibre, this stuff is amazing. Cocoa fibre, you suck. But yeah, you'll be able to see all the little white bits in it. I'll give it some ratings, and then when I do forest floor, which will be a mixture of this and this, and when I do spider life, which I have used before, to be fair, I normally use it as an undersoil to, I don't know why I slapped it, an undersoil to cocoa fibre usually. Cocoa fibre is now gone, so it won't be doing that, which is great because I still have this big tub of cocoa fibre, so it may get mixed in with other stuff. But overall, I would say the look of this is probably a 4.5 out of 5. I will rate all of these out of 5. The packaging, I don't know if that's how it always comes or if it's just this one, but the packaging I'm going to say 2 because it could have gone everywhere, and all it needs to do is you get a slight rip in that bag, although that bag was in a box. But again, folds and everything else would have been an absolute nightmare to try and get any of it out. So packaging wise, it's getting a 2. Moisture retention, I'm going to just come up with that. That's what I'm going to be using on these. I would say at the moment, I can update you further down the line, but I would say that's a good 4, maybe 5 out of 5. And as for things like anyone who's tried to put cork bark in a bit of cocoa fibre, know the cocoa fibre has to be quite wet and you have to kind of compact it around it to hold it in place. This, no problem at all. Literally got it, stuck it in. It was solid straight away. So for kind of like moulding around things, this was, I would say, a 5 out of 5. Quite impressed with this overall. Obviously, the more I'll use it, the more understanding and stuff I'll have on it. So hopefully this mini review, which hasn't got anything to go against except for cocoa fibre, and that would be like putting, I don't know, Thor against Hawkeye. It's just not fair, is it? That's for any Marvel fans out there. I could do DC if people wanted to, but no one really wants me to do DC. Right, so guys, hopefully you enjoyed that video. Before I waffle on way too much like I always do, that was R&R number 1. We will have R&R number 2 coming up very soon. But this is not going to be like tarantula tails, and by the looks of it, me have like 30 of them. Speaking of which, make sure you check out Thursday where there'll be yet another tarantula tails. If you haven't checked out my last tarantula tails, make sure you do. This is Al. You guys are awesome. See you on the next one. Hasta la bye-bye.